Okay, what's going on? Welcome into the show. So check this out. My day to day, this is my day to day. Come in here, give me some good breakfast or something like that. I may go for a walk, but the one thing that I have just come up with, right? It's not just come up with, but what I have discovered is in my watch collecting journey, there's certain watches that I want in my collection. Now, granted, this will apply for me and people that have the same type of mindset that I have or same type of collecting prowess. So for somebody that is a consumer, yet I'm on YouTube, this right here came up, right? So Zelos, if you've heard about it, right, there is a hype around it. And yes, I see for myself that there's a clock that when a watch is about to drop on Zelos, you got to be quick. It is the equivalence of people that like Jordans, right? I used to stand out in lines in Chicago, here. Well, let me take that back. I've never stood in a line in Chicago, but I've seen the lines in Chicago. But I've done it here in Indiana. And trying to get to J's, and by me wearing a size 13, it's like there's only like 4 13s per store, you know. So if I'm not in the first 5 to 10 people, and hopefully I can get my shoe, that's how this is. So before we get started, I'm gonna show you, this is the watch, and I just happen to put some other watches that I did, right? But this case comes with this watch, and we're gonna talk about the price. So let me get the camera turned around so we can get a closer look at it. So what was so special about this watch, right? Outside of the name Zelos? Well, if you are a movement snob, it's not a Swiss-made movement, but it does have a Miyota movement, which people go crazy over. And for me, there was 2 options that I wanted. It was this one, and then of course this. And what I loved about this one is the orange dial, like that Fume dial. It's like a sunset or something like that to me, right? It's like the closing of the day. But then the Lume is crazy. But like this dial, like that, the all black dial that sits on top of that stainless steel, the brushing. It's so much about this. And then you know what I like too, is that oversized crown. So everything is proportionate on this watch. Now, granted, I've worn Invicta watches, man, so I've had watches that, you know, are double in size of this timepiece, man, but this thing fits so comfortably. And then from top to bottom, right, I like that, you know, the shark on the back of it. I dig that. The information center is not too, you know, it's not a whole bunch of stuff on there, and this is what I like too. Not that I'm going to go digging in there and looking at the movement and stuff like that, but I just love that how they have the notches versus just having like the square cutouts. I thought that was a nice touch. And then check this out. It didn't stop there. Zelos went boop. You see that? Easy peasy. Then on the fly, you see that? Boop. Boop. You see how easy that was? It slide in, slide out. You feel me? And this watch, man, is so dynamic. Then you got the
Oh my God!
See, you know what? Here's a crazy thing, y'all. Is y'all don't feel how satisfying. Man, that is so satisfying. This thing is probably one of the most perfect bezel spans I have. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Love it. Easy grip. And drill lugs, right? And then there's, even with the drill lugs, the only reason like the drill lugs mean something is because like I've heard somebody like a big time YouTuber, you got drill lugs and oh man, you got everything, and it's cool. I like it. You know what I'm saying? Push the little. If you're gonna do it yourself, push it in there. But then, oh wait a minute, hold up. Quick release is drill lugs perfect, right? Okay, all right. So we're past that. But here's the kicker. I'm a consumer like anybody else. I like watches. If you don't understand that by now, I like watches. It has to fit me. It has to fit me. And I have bought watches off hype. This was a purchase off of hype because I had to experience for myself. So it's sort of like the hype. I had to like experiment and see what is so special about this watch. But then we're talking about the price. As a consumer, you look at how much watches cost, right? And there's different price points. Case in point, I have a Spinnaker on right now. This watch cost me $159, $160, right? And I like this watch. This watch is, to me, in my opinion, is punching well above the $200 mark. This thing, I would literally, because of what it looks like and the California dial and everything. I know I haven't done a review on this watch, but I would have paid $300 for it. I like the watch. This watch is great. But then, getting back to the Zelos, this watch, based on everything, the 1200 Vickers, right? So I can literally wear this watch and for years it's going to look just about the same. Now I'm pretty sure that there's something that could actually scratch it, but it's been coated. It's going to last a lot longer than one of my other stainless steels that haven't been coated, right? And I don't know the process. I have to look that up to see like how they apply, you know, that hardness to the case and bracelet. But it's a very comfortable bracelet. It has screw pins in it, so it kind of gives you that intimate feel. Once you get it, you do it yourself. You screw it out, adjust it to your wrist, and then you wear it and enjoy it. And I enjoy it. And this, like, the launch price was $499. And that's the point I'm trying to make, is there's companies that's asking $800, $1,000, $1,500 for watches. And this right here is punching. I mean, I've seen the quality is on par with some watches that they're asking. Now, I don't know what goes into what some of these. Now, I've talked to some watchmakers. There's people that's paying a top dollar for the movements that they're putting in there, and they got to make a profit. You know, they invested in it, so I get that part. But then that doesn't always equate to the customer, because the customer don't care. To be honest, they don't. I mean, how many people, unless you really, really dig into it and you love it, it has to feel good for you. That's the thing. It has to feel. This was a dynamic purchase as far as I'm concerned. $499. It was fun actually standing, like, waiting for the thing to drop. That was a nice touch, in my opinion. Could they make more? I would say Zelos, keep doing what you're doing. I mean, Jordan's been doing it for years. The hype, people wanting certain, you know, retros. Why not? Why not? Now, Helm, on the other hand, y'all tripping. I've been on that waiting list for a long time. And you know what? Hold up.
Y'all thought I was finished? Here comes a new challenger.
Now, you know, we went through all the dimensions and stuff like that, but, you know, check this out. Look at the hands. Hands are great, but, like, look at, it makes that right there. Man, that's crazy. That is so crazy. Why am I just not noticing that? And it matches the 9 and the 3. Why am I just... I'm slow, y'all. I'm slow. Check this out. I've had this watch for like 3 weeks, and I just noticed that right there. I just noticed that on the hands. You see that? How it matches the 3 and the 9 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? Like,
look at that.
That's crazy.
It's kind of like the movie. The more you watch, the more you see.
Exactly.
Oh, the more you watch, Okay,
Okay, so I love coming here. So yes, y'all, yeah, sometimes I can be slow. I get it, but yo, if you can get a Zelos, play the game, join. And I'm not even I'm not an affiliate. I ain't none of that. I just like watches. I can't even say I like watches. That's a heartbeat, boy. This thing right here, pressure. So today's Friday. Tomorrow, premiere, visitor watches. Be there, man. Let's talk about it. All right, man. To the next lightning strike. Y'all be blessed.